What's up, Big 12 Nation? It is Tuesday night in America. That can mean only one thing. It's time for another edition of your favorite Big 12 football YouTube-centric show. That's right. It's the one, it's the only. It is the biggest 12 with me, your host, Clint Foster, wherever you are. Thank you so much for making us a part of your Tuesday night. And the season is here. We've got a game to talk about that has happened. Farmageddon has gone final, and there's so much to say about it. You better believe it, that Brownie is in town to talk all about this sucker. And we've got games to preview. We're going to be talking Frogs. We're going to be talking Buffs. We're going to be talking Bears. All of the games that are worth watching this weekend, let's be completely honest, we're going to break them down for you. And I got a super exciting guest to do it. But before we get to any of that, I need some stuff from you. I need you to subscribe to the show. Come on now. It's running across the bottom of the screen there at Big 12 VOCFB. We are in football season now. There is no excuse not to be subscribed. Telling everyone you know about this. We're talking football every Tuesday night. Real, actual, live football games. Holy mackerel, okay? And we're somewhere in the 900 range. Okay, we're approaching 1,000. We're trying to get to that goal. Help us make it happen. Tell all your friends, neighbors, enemies, lovers, everybody about it. Follow me on Twitter at Clint_Foster55. Somebody, whoever has StreamYard before me keeps deleting all my banners. So follow me at Clint_Foster55 and my personal YouTube channel at Clint Foster Creations. I'm gonna be putting out some sketches soon, okay? Schedule permitting. I got football season's crazy. We're gonna do it. And oh my god, hey, this is exciting. We have a merch store now. Holy mackerel, here it is. VOCFB.com/merch. Oh my god, look at that. It's beautiful, okay? And if you use the promo code, hold on, let me get it for you. VOCFB Big 12. Okay, then that's going to let them know that we sent you, and that's going to be very important for helping us out, helping us make this thing. Now, there's a rumor that we're going to have Biggest 12 specific merch very, very soon, okay? I had some design ideas I threw out there, and hopefully it's some stuff that y'all are going to be excited to actually want to wear and put on your body and purchase. So, be looking at the VOCFB merch store. Lots of exciting stuff. All kinds of exciting stuff happening here at the Voice of College Football. Namely, that we have football to talk about. So, without further ado, let me bring in my guest. First of all, as I said, Brownie is here. He's happy to talk that Iowa State victory. And you know him from Locked On Horned Frogs, but he is on to bigger and better things. Big Brother tried to silence him, but we said, no, sir. We're going to put him back on the airwaves, folks. It is Steven Simcox. Gentlemen, how are you doing on this beautiful Tuesday evening?
It's great. I'm
wonderful. We got football coming up, so can't be better.
We do have football, yes, and no time for a game this week. We just got to get right into the thick of it. Brownie, talk to me, man. Tell me about your instant reaction from Iowa State being at the top of the conference 1-0 after that Farmageddon victory in Ireland.
We are the official Pop-Tart Bowl champions. So we got that under our belt. Avery Johnson is definitely not beating the allegations at all of being the best running back on that roster. I know that you and I were texting through a lot of my emotions in the first half where I was comparing this to El Assico. So the first half was very emotionally straining on my heart. But as the game went on, I've kind of cooled down just like the offenses did, kind of got into a rhythm, ran out of alcohol. So life was great.
Yeah. That's either a really good thing or a really bad thing, depending on.
Oh my God. Honestly, though, I think the best thing that could have happened to Iowa State that entire game was Carson Hansen getting downed. Like the replay officials calling him down at the 1 instead of calling it a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, personally speaking, I don't want to see Avery Johnson in a 2-minute drill. Like, I don't think anybody does. I don't think anybody wants to see Rocco Beck in a 2-minute drill. Like, we have so many elite quarterbacks and a running back that are probably really good in that 2-minute drill that you just don't want to give the other team a chance to come back. And, like, I literally was, like, screaming, yeah, scored the touchdown. And I was like, wait, no, go down. And then he scored, and I was like, oh, my God, like, no, why? Like, why not just go down at the 1 and save us the heartache?
Yeah.
So as soon as that review was in or whatever, my dad was my dad was in Ireland enjoying the game, and he called me, and he's like, so what do we do? Do we score here? And I was like, no, 3 kneel downs. We won this game, Dad. Like, it's over. As soon as I got in victory formation, he's like, son of a bitch, this is the greatest day of my life. But also, just to let you know, we can't call it Farmageddon anymore.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Is it like the revivalry? There's too many religious undertones? Is that what happening here?
No, Jamie Pollard is just honestly a fun hater.
Yeah, we got a
That's
lot of those.
all it is.
Got a lot of those. Well, Steven, speaking as the other TCU fan here on the show, that was a sloppy game, right? But is this just week 0 sloppiness, or do TCU fans just not need to worry about either of these teams anymore? Hey, we're going to cruise now.
I mean, I love that second idea. I would chalk it up more to week 0 sloppiness and what do they call it overseas? The pitch. The pitch out there was pretty. I don't think it was quite ready for the field conditions.
Bad.
That rain.
It better be better next year. It better be better next year.
But my goodness, I mean, congratulations to Brownie and Iowa State fans. If you're a K-State fan, you lost to a rival. Your quarterback's dad was fighting, apparently your quarterback's brother, his son, after the game. Your starting running back put out a notes apology assuring everybody that he did not quit during the ball game.
But he did.
And I was looking today, Clint, I was like, surely, because for some reason, TCU gets a bye week after this Monday night game so they can get prepared for the ACU Wildcats. All due respect to the Church of Christ folks in Abilene. I don't think we need that. I think we can play them on a short week. K-State turns around and plays North Dakota. I'm not going to get real in the weeds about that game, but you're coming back from Ireland. You're playing North Dakota. Then you play Army. So you're facing triple option the next week. Yeah, and then you get scary. Arizona on a short week. Like, this has all the ingredients of, I know Chris Kleiman's a good coach, but this feels to me a lot like Florida State last year. If they can't stop the bleeding quickly, I mean, you turn around and get upset this weekend, which I wouldn't predict that happened, but tough trip back. You have to rebound and find some energy against a team that you're probably not going to be able to manufacture that for. I would say they're on alert right now. Like, this can go south in a hurry if you don't find a way to win convincingly this week. And then you have a tough opponent to prepare for and a conference opponent right after that. They did not luck out with the schedule on top of everything else going on in Manhattan right now.
Yeah. Well, and do we know yet, or is Dylan Edwards out?
Man, saddiness.
How long? How long is Dylan Edwards out after that?
You think he's having like a sad boy fall, Brownie? He's questionable because he's been listening to Bon Iver over the weekend, or what?
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think it's kind of interesting because, like, he basically came out and said, "Oh, I tweaked my ankle." Kleiman was very, like, cryptic in what he said, but, like, when you watch that replay, I didn't see anything wrong with his ankles. And then he was complaining that it was the fireworks smoke, that he lost, like, the football in the fireworks smoke. And I'm like, homie, if you're gonna blame shit, blame the rain. Like
Milli Vanilli
you got
said,
rain
right?
coming into
Blame
the
it on
face
the rain.
mask. Yeah, like,
I did not expect a Milli Vanilli reference tonight. I love it.
Hey, sometimes they just happen. It sneaks up on you. But yeah, I mean, maybe it was just a couple of Guinness the night before, and my man was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna."
I just don't know what's going on with them because, like, you had that shit. Then Avery's dad, like, they had like that formal apology where they were like, "Oh, like, we sincerely apologize for all of the shit that happened." I'm like, okay, but, like, why are you also, like, fist fighting each other in a puddle?
Yeah.
Well, and it wasn't even, I mean, I guess some punches were thrown, but it just looked like two guys kind of wrestling on the ground. I feel like some Guinnesses were definitely involved in that situation. But going back to the Edwards thing,
maybe some Jameson.
Yeah.
With all the changes in college sports for coaches, like NIL and everything else, the most frustrating thing probably has to be that Chris Kleiman has to just act like everything's okay. Like, if he comes out and rips his running back, he looks like he's not a player's coach. And listen, like, injuries happen. Maybe it was. We don't know. He knows his body. But, man, it sure looked like he could have been out there. And that's just a tough situation for everybody involved.
Yeah. Well, and, like Brownie said and Dishfish said, Avery Johnson not beating the allegations, right? But also he didn't really have a lot of guys to throw to either outside of Jace Brown. Like, he doesn't have a whole lot of weapons out there, especially without Dylan Edwards. But on the flip side, if we're really going to look at the positives from this game, Iowa State's defense looked very solid. Very solid.
I would give them a solid 7.5. You could definitely tell that our safeties were still kind of out there, not in the proper places. I think you could justify that as the inexperience, since there are 2 redshirt freshmen starting at safety. Um, Cooper, who used to be like our third safety with like Bro Fralier and Malik Verdon, has made the permanent switch to corner. So now we have Trey Bell and Cooper on the outsides. So now we have like 3 safeties that are like fresh out of the oven, like go play D1 football. And give credit where credit was due. Avery was able to throw a pass that a middle schooler could have made to a wide open wide receiver twice to score touchdowns for like 80 some of his yards. I also want to tell people is don't fully look at the box score to read into exactly what everything was, right? Avery Johnson threw for 273, but he was not the dynamic quarterback that we were expecting. With like hitting 273, you're expecting him to be slinging it all over the place, probably have 3 or 4 touchdowns. He had 1 on the ground. I mean, the kid had 21 rushing yards with sacks.
Mhm.
So it almost felt like, and I don't want to really rip Kleiman because I think he's a great coach, but I feel like he's just not using Avery Johnson the appropriate manner. I think they really need to start using him more of an option or a heavy RPO or something to get Avery out on rollouts to where you have to QB spy him. It's just where he's lethal. He's a college. I don't want to say that it's going to transition well to the NFL, but he is a college quarterback that is highly mobile, and you need to play around that. And when that dude is just sitting in the pocket and he has to run 10 yards backwards just to like get prevented sack, and it's an intentional grounding call because he can't throw it 5 yards past the line of scrimmage, you got a problem with your scheme.
Well, and I warned K-State fans in our preview episode, right? You can't just plug and play on the offensive line. They were excited about, oh, we got all these transfers, and this guy's from Penn State, and this guy's from over here. That's not how it works, okay? You can have all the 6'6" guys you want. They got to have that familiarity with each other. They got to be able to play together. And so, yeah, hopefully that's something they can right the ship. Any other final Farmageddon thoughts? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you even saw that on Iowa State's offensive line. If we're talking offensive line, Iowa State's O-line, absolutely shit the first half. I mean, there was literally a middle school stint that the right outside linebacker and right defensive end literally pulled a hard stunt that everybody could see from a mile away. And the left guard trailed with the left tackle to double block, and there was an alley right there, and Rocco Beck was on his ass in like 3 seconds after the snap. I'm hoping that this is a lot of week 0. To all of the folks that don't watch Big 12 football, that first half was not Big 12 football. The second half was Big 12 football.
Yeah.
I just like that Iowa State does to Kansas State what Kansas State does to everybody else, which is just puts people in a headlock for 3 hours and makes life miserable. And you sort of feel like you can win the game, but then you don't win the game. And then you fight your son afterwards. So,
yes.
Kansas State is not, in fact, a grass team.
Yes. Yeah, thank you, Dish. And with that, let's look ahead to the week ahead. First game worth talking about, Nebraska travels to Cincinnati on Thursday night, 8 p.m. God's time zone, Central Time. Nebraska's a 6.5-point favorite. Can the Bearcats pull the upset at home? I think they can at least cover. What's y'all's take on this game?
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. I like Cincinnati to cover. Matt Rule starting a podcast, by the way. Welcome to the club, Matt. Good for you getting that going.
He's another white man in America.
Everybody can.
Yeah, anybody can. I ultimately know it kind of gets lost with all the quarterbacks in the Big 12. I do think Sorsby is a good QB. I'm not sure how Cincinnati can consistently move the ball against a good Nebraska defense, but I feel like this is a competitive game. Straight up, I would take Nebraska. I do like Cincinnati to cover, but this is a great opportunity for the Bearcats. I mean, not huge expectations, sort of middle of the pack to the bottom of the Big 12. You pull off an upset against a Big 10 team like this, that would be really great for the league. So I'll definitely be pulling for them Thursday night.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say, with the exception of maybe Utah, right? We're pulling for all the Big 12 teams in these games. Right? Maybe even Utah. But go ahead, Brownie.
I hate Nebraska, so since he's going to blow him out of the water.
Okay.
I love
If
it.
it's that simple, then yeah. Walmart Mahomes versus Skyline Chili. I'll take that matchup.
It's chili adjacent, man.
Yeah.
Walmart Mahomes,
adjacent.
man.
Yeah.
That's
Did you
good.
see recently that Dylan Raiola said, like, hey, I can't help that I look like him? Like, I think you can help it.
Yeah, you can't help that, but you can not do the whole choreographed intro that he does at every game, like step for step.
You could shave your head.
Yeah, he could do that.
Also, it's not a bad guy to be compared to. Like, I would, if I was a QB and that age, I would be modeling myself after Patrick Mahomes too. He's okay. He's done
Too
okay.
bad he doesn't play like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. Maybe not if you want to win bowl games in college, but
right. The only thing that can hold down Patrick Mahomes is Cliff Kingsbury and Texas Tech.
So. Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine losing to a linebacker as a starting quarterback.
Yeah. Man, rough stuff. Now moving on to a game on Friday that I'm less confident in. Georgia Tech travels to Colorado. The Jackets are 4.5-point favorites on Friday night. I don't know. Haynes King going against, this is a Georgia Tech team, right, that took Georgia to 1,000 overtimes last year, and Colorado is rebuilding in a very real way. I want the Buffs to win, but I don't know that they can pull it off. What's y'all's take on this one?
Yeah, I don't think that Colorado can realistically pull this one off. I think it's just a tall order for all of the pieces that they've lost. I think that they've done a good job at trying to backfill. The problem is it's all unproven territory, right? We just don't know what the offense is going to look like. We don't know how serious Deion Sanders is going to take it now that his boys are gone. The man has had enough off-season woes to begin with. So realistically, like, how focused, how prepared is Colorado going to be, like, going into the first couple of weeks of the season?
Yeah, Colorado with a rebuilding roster in a season opener. I feel like I've heard that cautionary tale before. I'm not going to get duped by this. Listen, you lose the best player in college football, Travis Hunter. You're not replacing him. Shedeur was a very good college quarterback.
He did make the Browns roster. Did you see that? He made the 53-man.
There you go.
He is an NFL player still.
That was in doubt at some time. I think these guys play for Deion. I just feel like, it's a circus around him, sure, but he really does relate to these players. I like the way they invest in the offense and defensive line. You know what? I'll pick Colorado to pull off the upset here. I just think at home they get it done. And they surprise some people and surprise Georgia Tech.
Well, the mojo is not on their side. I will tell you this. This is thanks to friend of the show, Ralph Amsden, sharing this. Colorado announced Ralphie 6, its live Buffalo mascot named Ember, is retiring, and indifference to running contributed to the decision. So they're training a new Buffalo to go out there that will not be ready for week 1. We will have no Ralphie running in the interim.
That's bad juju, man.
Yeah, very bad.
I've suffered from an indifference to running for years as well, so I can relate.
Yes, absolutely. So not the best news for your first game, but we do at least know the starter for Colorado at quarterback. They did name Salter. That's the Liberty kid.
Yep.
Is going to be with the enormous helmet. He's going to be the one that's starting, and we'll see if somebody in the comments saying 5 wins, Clint. We'll see if he can get him to a bowl game. We'll see. Time will tell. Okay, quick word about VOCFB bets, and then we'll be back with more.
College football is even more exciting when you've got some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread, and I've got a 40-plus year track record. 11-0 in the college football playoff for me last year against the money line, 8-3 against the spread. And I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill of Wager Talk is our ace in the hole, show stopper. 7 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick. 28-12 against the spread the last 3 years. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek, and Steve Dace. Check out those numbers. Become a YouTube or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and then select a betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2025 a winner now.
Okay, another Friday night game we got to keep our eyes on, and I don't know who at the Big 12 hates Texans who are trying to go to high school football games, but Auburn comes to Baylor, 7 p.m. Friday night. Listen, far be it from me to say anything positive about Baylor ever, but I think Baylor is about to take Auburn to the woodshed in this game, and this could be our first true statement win for the Big 12 out of conference. Am I wrong?
I mean, I agree with you. I wouldn't say woodshed just personally, but I think they win this ball game. I feel like it comes down to Cam Bryson Washington and that Baylor offensive line move against this Auburn front seven. But a lot of weird stuff coming out of Hugh Freeze. That's common. But 3 quarterbacks, potentially multiple offensive play callers. To me, a lot of that feels like a smokescreen, but I just think Baylor straight up is the better team. The one thing that concerns me, you talked about the Friday night thing. Yes, in Texas, people want to go to high school football games. This is a sellout. All due respect, Baylor's not a place that sells out a lot. I think there's going to be a lot of Auburn fans there traveling well on a Friday night. But that being said, I'll take the Bears to win.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how the Big 12 is all of a sudden getting all these games on like Thursday, Friday, and Monday with like all of these new media deals, and they slap all the Texas schools on there.
Yeah.
This used to definitely be one of those like, oh, who's at the bottom of the pack, and let's just shove them on the Friday.
It's giving
because
Maction.
Nobody's gonna. Yeah.
Honestly,
though, nobody should take away from the Maction. The Maction is itself, but like, I just don't think Baylor's going to lose. Like, I know that he was always cryptic at the beginning of the season, but I think that Baylor found football towards the end of the season last season. And I think that they're just going to steamroll right into this season with it. Obviously, there's probably going to be a few mental mistakes and stuff like that. But, I mean, if you're relying on Washington running the ball and you still have Sawyer Robertson protecting the ball through the air, I think that sets a really good keystone for you to successfully, like, get through the first non-cons. But, yeah, I realistically think that Auburn is going to be like 95% of that stadium.
Yeah, I think I kind of think that Baylor, this is just like a gut feeling that I feel like Baylor is going to have a really strong showing in non-con this year, and then kind of shockingly drop off once conference play starts. That's just what my gut is telling me, and I can't really justify it with X's and O's, and maybe it's just the Baylor bias, but that's kind of what I sense is going to happen. But not this game. I think they'll win against Auburn. This one was a game I had zero interest in at all before this past weekend, and now all of a sudden it's gotten very juicy. Hawaii, fresh off a win against Stanford, goes to Arizona. Arizona is a 17.5-point favorite. Do the Wildcats need to be on alert on Saturday night, or is this a breeze?
Behold the power of rainbows.
Yes, the power of rainbows.
I think that 17.5 after what we saw Hawaii put up on Stanford is an easy bet.
Yeah, I mean, give me the Cats to win, but I'm not sure there's a more uninspiring figure in college football right now than Brett Brennan. Hawaii is cool. They've got a kicker who learned how to kick footballs on YouTube.
Yeah.
Maybe some of you can watch this and learn how to podcast. I don't know, but I like the vibes out of Hawaii right now. And I think they cover, but I feel like Arizona wins. That's a bad Stanford team, man.
Yeah,
I mean, it was expected, and I know Andrew Luck's trying to revive things there, but they should be able to just line up and run on Hawaii, and that was not the case on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah. Appreciate the super chat, Caden. Yes, you are not going to get any arguments here that the Big 12 is the real deal. Hopefully we can prove it in non-con. That's really what I'm looking for. Prove it in non-con. And another team that I do think can prove it is Utah, 5.5-point favorite at UCLA, former Pac-12 game. Pac-10, whatever, Pac whoever. Yeah, I like Utah. I like Devin Dampier. I think they're going to be a lot better this year than a lot of people realize. And yeah, give me the Utes against the Bruins. How are they in a power conference? I don't even know.
I'm not sure I'm buying the Utah. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brownie.
No, you can go ahead.
I'm not sure I'm totally buying the Utah hype, but I like them against UCLA. I think Dampier is definitely an upgraded quarterback, and that defense should be good under Kyle Whittingham. They should cover this. Deshaun Foster and that team's a mess. So I definitely like the Utes in this matchup.
I'm going for the upset. I think UCLA is still going to pull it off. I'm still salty about last season, so I'm all
0-12.
I'm all you down. Look at that. It still looks like Orange Town. It works out in my favor.
Somebody on Twitter is going to find that and be like, rent free. What's the biggest brand in college football? They can't.
Oh my God!
They can't quit us.
You want rent free? You saw what I posted with that Hawkeye fan.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. For those of you who are unaware, there was at least 2 Iowa fans who literally paid to take a trip to Ireland and watch what they thought Iowa State lose a football game. I mean, that is hateration to a whole nother level.
Yeah. Buys flight to Ireland, buys ticket in the KSU section, wears Hawkeye gear to cheer against their rivals, but we're their Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, we have a Utah fan sighting. Okay. So Remick's going to be confident.
Sorry, Remick. They're losing.
I think they're going to win, Remick.
I think they'll win, Remick.
I believe in you. Great point, Clint. We have so many Pac-12 fans that watch the show, and I love the heck out of that.
Under.
Just like out of spite. Under 10,000 fans at the Rose Bowl. Yeah, definitely under. All 10,000 fans will be Utah fans. They love themselves a Rose Bowl trip, right? They don't usually win in the venue, but they love going down there. So, yeah.
God, I knew that was a burn coming.
Yeah, that joke was sitting there. Good for you, buddy.
Yeah. Okay, so we are going to talk TCU for entirely too long here in just a moment. But first, one more quick sponsorship word.
You can make a difference here at the Voice of College Football. Use the Amazon link. Financially contribute to the Voice of College Football without spending a penny. Same shopping experience. It's easy. Go to any video on any channel. Go to the description section and grab the link right next to the capital letters that say Amazon. Use that link and Amazon will instantaneously convert to your account, settings, history, everything intact, just like whatever link you use right now. No difference. Pay no attention to the product that you see right there. Just go search what you want. Don't forget the Amazon link. Thank you for your support. Sincerely, the Voice of College Football.
Okay, absolutely no bias detected. This is the game of the week in the Big 12. Labor Day night, Monday night, the only game in town. TCU heads to North Carolina. Frogs are 3.5-point favorites opening for the Monday night game. I like the Frogs to cover in this game. I think this TCU team, me and you both, Steven, are very high on TCU going into the season. It's a very tough schedule, but I think it's going to be a very solid team. What are the keys to victory, I suppose, first, is the first thing we should break down for the Frogs to beat Bill Belichick in his debut college football game?
I think more than anything, it's probably about the mentality. I mean, I know people are going to talk about the preparation being a challenge because you just don't really know what North Carolina's going to do. We assume Gio Lopez is going to be their quarterback, dual threat guy from South Alabama. What is that going to look like with Freddie Kitchens calling plays? I mean, Bill Belichick's defense has been pretty standard for years, but going back a few years, I talked about this earlier in the show, TCU famously, unfortunately for us, got upset by Colorado in Deion's power conference debut. And I feel like so much of the discussion around that was, well, they didn't have a great feel for what Colorado was going to do. But I mean, more than that, Clint, I think what Sonny's kind of shed light on over the last few weeks, they just didn't think that was going to be a game. Like, that team was not mentally prepared to walk in and have to be in a dogfight with that Colorado group. And once it got tight, they really struggled to make plays. The reason I'm optimistic about that not happening Monday, a lot more experience on this team. Josh Hoover coming back for year 3. I mean, you're replacing your receiver room. You're shuffling the offensive line around a little bit, but not a wholesale change. And defensively, a lot of returning players for Andy Avalos coming back in year 2. Kendall Briles calling plays again in year 3 for him. So there's a ton of continuity on this roster. I don't blame people for not really noticing or paying attention to TCU in the back half of the season because they didn't exactly have the sexiest matchups in the world, but they did take care of their business aside from going on the road to Baylor, and that was a 3-point game. Baylor's kind of the darling underdog, dark horse team that everybody's fixated on going into the season. TCU was right there with them on the road. I think this is a good football team. I feel like they're going to answer the bell physically and mentally, and they should handle North Carolina. I agree with you. I believe they cover. I don't know if it's a complete blowout because you never know what's going to happen in a season opener, but this is as good as I felt about a TCU team in a few years. And I mean, honestly, like that 2022 team, I felt okay about it. I didn't think they were going to reach the heights that they did. Have sort of, it's been up and down since then, but I think Sonny Dykes has the roster he wants. He's got the identity he wants for this football team. So there's really no excuse for them not to be good. And if they're a good team, they should be able to handle business against a North Carolina group that's got a lot of moving parts right now.
Yeah. Well, and obviously there's the obvious comparison of the Colorado game and Deion's first game. But it's been interesting to me. The coaching staff has been very open about, hey, we were not adequately prepared for that Colorado game. We had to watch 1,000 miles of film. We didn't know what that team was going to look like, anything about it. And they've been way more intentional in their film study, getting ready for Bill Belichick's North Carolina. I do think one of the big questions that needs to be answered in this game, and Brownie, I hope that you were ready to talk about this as well, is how's the offensive line going to look? Are they going to be able to protect all of the blitzes that we know? Dishfish, I'm going to put yours up there. All the blitzes we know Belichick is going to send, and are we going to be able to run the ball effectively, which we haven't been able to do since 2022? Brownie, you're the third party here. You're the, disinterested third party. Are you confident in the Frogs in this game?
Oh, I'm very interested party in this one. I do think that TCU is going to be able to pull it off. The two primary concerns that I have is the TCU O-line play. We know for a fact Bill Belichick is going to blitz. He has all of these infinite years of NFL wisdom. He knows what he's looking for, at least in like prototype players. I just feel like he's going to bring some wonky ass defensive scheme that literally nobody has ever seen. Like some goofy thing where it's like one defensive lineman, 4 linebackers, and the rest are safeties, and he's blitzing all the safeties and corners and dropping the linemen back in coverage. He's crazy. Like I don't know how better to explain it. Is it going to be the New England Patriot Bill Belichick though? Or is this retirement Bill Belichick that's just kind of doing it for a paycheck because North Carolina just chucked a whole bunch of money at him?
Yeah, notably does not have Tom Brady on the roster. So that is
breaking.
Did he have a system quarterback? Did he find a system quarterback that can throw like 5-yard checkdowns? Like
the offensive line questions are real. I think it comes down more to, can you run the ball like that? Like you couldn't do that last year if you're talking about TCU, and Savion Williams sort of bailed them out in the back half of the season with a creative Wildcat package. But one interesting storyline too, Kavorian Barnes, who's a UTSA transfer, when he signed in the offseason, I honestly thought it was like, okay, this is a depth guy, another veteran presence in that room that maybe could be like a change of pace. I think he's going to be the starter on Monday. Like I feel like he'll at least get the first crack at it. And I believe the thing they like about him is that he's willing to put his head down and get tough yards and just stick his foot in the ground and get north and south. So it might not be super pretty, but there's a huge difference between 2nd and 12 and 2nd and 7, 2nd and 6. And if you can live in those more manageable down and distances, then I like TCU's ability to work there. The other thing, the blitzes are going to be a huge key. Now, Kendall Briles, I have some qualms with some of the things he does, but I do believe he's good at finding ways to get the ball out quickly on the perimeter and doing it, more creatively than just, hey, let's pop a screen out there every once in a while. So that could silence that a little bit. I think it's going to be sort of a sloppy football game, though. I mean, I don't totally agree with Dishfish saying that. I think he said a 13-10 North Carolina win. I definitely don't agree with that. But
he's very down on the Frogs.
Yeah, it could be especially in the first half, sort of a feeling out. Okay, what are they doing? How do we adjust to it? Type of situation. I just believe in Josh Hoover. I think he's a good quarterback. I feel like he's prepared for this moment. He has the intangibles. So I believe they can lean on him to make plays in this ball game and end up winning it, even if they have to sort of sweat it out for a few quarters while they get their bearings with whatever Bill Belichick throws at them.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up Kavorian Barnes. He really has been the biggest surprise of fall camp, just the way he's asserted himself. And, I'm seeing like shades of Amani Bailey in him, just except for maybe with better vision, not just like hitting a brick wall at 1,000 miles an hour.
Did I freeze or did he freeze?
Am I?
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
We're good.
I was like, neither.
Was that me? I was like, I think I'm okay. But yeah, I was actually talking to my uncle this weekend. So shout out if you're watching. And he was like, yeah, we need a 230-pound running back on every single team that can just get those tough yards. I'm like, yeah,
same.
Crack the code. Just get like a 230-pound running back.
Coming out of retirement. Let's go.
Yeah, there you go. Clint, I'm so glad you brought this up. We were literally talking about this before the show. Over under on how many times ESPN shows Jordan Hudson. We kind of set the over under at, what did we say, like 6.5?
6.5, I think.
Yeah, 6.5.
Yeah,
I think it'll be over. I mean, it's a storyline. I will say, since that 60 Minutes debacle, I feel like she really hasn't been on the spotlight. She's kind of been at least trying to not be out in front.
You're not answering that question.
I'm not following, UNC super closely every week, but to answer the question, yeah, I think it's over. I feel like we get a lot of Jordan Hudson shots, especially if it's one way or the other. Like if UNC is surprising everybody and winning the game, there'll definitely be a lot of those. Or if they find themselves way behind, then we'll probably get some sad reaction.
Bill Belichick the whole game is just.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, and no, Cam Cook no longer at TCU, transferred out. So you're going to see a lot of Kavorian Barnes. I think Jeremy Payne could be in for a good season.
Too. Yeah,
I like him a lot. Nate Palmer might get some carries, and Trent Battle, of course. But yeah, Cam Cook, just something wouldn't quite click in there, and I don't think it was just that the offensive line play was lacking. But hey, I've heard some good things out of camp, and I don't know if you've heard anything, Steven, but Ryan Hughes specifically, I've heard glowing reviews of him, that he's come along very well. And of course, Ben Taylor Whitfield, I think he's a redshirt junior now.
Yeah, they like those guys. I just think it's.
I think he froze now.
I can hear you, but you are
okay.
frozen.
I think it's just so tough to tell with O-line play until you actually get in a real game. I mean, I believe they're going to be okay, but it might take some time, and it's tough to diagnose those things until you're playing an opponent.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys packing your long johns for this trip?
What is it supposed to be cold? I don't know.
I'll be watching in the comfort of YouTube TV, so I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, this is one that I had earmarked as a game I wanted to travel to until they moved it to Monday night, and I was like, "Oh, come on, man! Like, what? I'm going to take a day off of school or fly a red eye like in freaking August."
We are getting a cold front in Texas this weekend, Brownie. It's supposed to be, in the low 90s, so that's pretty good for us.
That's rough, man. I think our low today was 54.
Okay, a little bit lower than us.
Wow. We should briefly talk about the TCU D as well. I think the defense in Andy Avalos' second year is going to be a lot better. That secondary, man, could be very nice. With
Avery Helm coming back.
Yes, and of course Bud Clark and
Bud Clark, Dr. Bud Clark, year 19.
The name is escaping me, but Abe Kamara's replacement.
They got Austin Jordan there, and then the LSU transfer too, whose name is now escaping me. I guess Kylan Jackson. Okay,
yeah,
so a couple different options.
A lot of great. I mean, listen, the whole defense. I'm a little worried about linebacker depth, but the whole defense just is oozing with potential. That could be really, really great. And of course, Jamel Johnson. Yes, Dishfish. Thank you. Jamel Johnson is back.
Yeah, I think we're going to see. I mean, Andy has a reputation as being an aggressive coordinator. I don't feel like he was able to do that last season with some of the injuries and the personnel. I believe we're going to see more of those exotic blitzes and pressures and, guys getting to the QB just because they have more trust in their secondary and their depth on the defensive line too.
Yeah. Well, and I think this is the perfect place to end it. Don't forget to lick your toad before a kickoff. I think that's great advice any day of the week.
Baby.
Thank you for that, Clint. Yes. So with that, we have officially previewed week 1. The season is here. Our long national nightmare is over. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming.
1-0, baby.
Hey, yeah, we're all chasing that.
Top of the conference.
We'll follow you on Monday, buddy. Hope
we're all chasing that. Okay, gentlemen, tell the people where they can find you.
I'm at Simcox Steven, so yeah, follow me there on Twitter or X or whatever they call it.
He's there sharing his hot takes.
At Wide Right Natty Light Brownie, both on X and on Blue Sky. Follow the Wide Right Natty Light account right now to see the wonderful Farmageddon crash out. Absolutely not.
You've been trolling to your heart's content. It's been a beautiful
dude, my entire X page right now is nothing but trolling. So if you want some chuckles, check me out. I'll probably be doing it all week.
Beautiful. Yeah, so subscribe to the show. Tell everyone you know about it at Big 12 BOCFB. There it is. It's been running across the bottom of the screen the whole time. Check out the Voice of College Football merch store and be on the lookout for Biggest 12 merchandise coming to you soon, very soon. And follow me on Twitter at Clint_Foster55 and at Clint Foster Creations, my personal YouTube channel. That's all of the things. It's football season, baby. Until next week, I love you. I hope your team wins. And go Big 12. We'll see you around.